Hello everyone. I wanted to do a quick video about quercetin or quercetin and and talk about kind of the illusion that we have that taking these supplements are gonna save us, essentially. Many of you watching this video have probably heard of quercetin. There's a lot of papers talking about this flavonoid and supplementing that as part of the protocol to either prevent you from getting COVID or to help with COVID. And there's a lot of data to back that up, that it might be helpful. But I just want to go over what it is. So quercetin is basically a flavonoid. Flavonoids are a class of phytochemical. Phytochemical means phyto means plants, chemical means chemical. So chemicals found in plants that are known. There's a large family of them, and they're known to be very helpful. They're very good for you, and you see it right here. And it's a subgroup called a flavanol, and there's many different ones, and they all have this structure. This is two phenyl rings, one here, and a heterocyclic ring right here with an oxygen in the ring. And they're basically different because they have little different attachments at different places, like, a hydroxyl group here and here. Quercetin has a hydroxyl group here, here, and two over here. But, as you can tell, if you look at the structures of all these, they're very similar. And that's why they're classified together. And if you look at them here, um, you'll see quercetin is right here, and it's part of this group that has many others. And you can see, where are they found? They're found in fruits, vegetables, nuts, and dried fruits, and other plants. And this one is legumes, so beans is in this isoflavonoid um, region. And all of these are known to be very good for you. They have anti-inflammatory effects, anti-cancer effects, supposed to help with Alzheimer's, all kinds of things. The reason that quercetin got real popular is because there was this paper out of Oak Ridge National Laboratories where they did a supercomputer docking analysis, and they looked at a bunch of natural chemicals and drugs and saw which of them can bind at the spike protein ACE2 receptor interface. And these are their top matches. And if you look here, quercetin is right here. It has a VINA score of -7.3, which is the lower the better. And then you see another flavonoid, luteolin, right here at -7.4. Why did this one become so popular? It's because there was a paper out of SARS-1 that showed that it may have some activity against SARS-1. So then people latched onto it, did a bunch of studies, and there were several papers published on this. And now, they say, oh, quercetin helps with the regulatory T protein, regulatory T cell balance, metabolic syndrome, inflammasome, helps with inflammation. It's anti-inflammatory, blocks viral replication. There's all kinds of things that you can find. And basically, if you look at almost any phytochemical, you can put together a paper like this where it shows that it's anti-inflammatory, modulates the immune system, is good for the gut biome, um, helps with reducing viral replication. And let me see here. Yeah, so there's a couple of papers that show that it has benefit, in these very small papers, like 87, 92% improvement, which seems huge, Um, but it's nothing special about it. There's like curcumin, which is a well-known drug that's studied for anti-cancer things. There's a bunch of papers on that. There's a bunch of papers on luteolin. It's just that quercetin got a lot of traction early, so a lot of people did a bunch of papers on it, which showed benefit. And my suspicion is if you had done um, the same amount of work with any of these other ones, luteolin, hesperidin, a lot of other isoflavones or other phytochemicals like curcumin, you may have gotten similar effects. And this, I think, is more an indictment of the poor quality of the average person's diet than the actual effectiveness of quercetin in general. Because now that we know that COVID is endemic, um, are we planning on taking vitamin D, zinc, N-acetylcysteine, quercetin, curcumin, you know, whatever new supplement seems to be helpful, are we going to take that for the rest of our lives? And that is, I think, not a viable plan or not a great plan, because I'll link one of my previous videos up here as a card, and it shows that a lot of studies show that supplementation studies, even of very well-known useful vitamins like beta carotene and other things, do not help in most cases. They are helpful if you're deficient in it. And I think the problem is these studies showing that these things are helpful show that most people are deficient in these things. And why are they deficient in it? It's because they don't eat the real foods that these things are in. And you can see where they're in. They're in fruits and vegetables, plants, nuts, and beans. Those are the plants. Those are the things that all of these phytochemicals are in. And those are the things that should make up the bulk of our diet. And those are the things that probably most people eat the least of. So basically, you need these phytochemicals. And 70 years ago, we didn't even know that these things existed. And, people would have thought, oh, you need just like vitamin C. And that's the thing that you need. And people would just take a lot of vitamin C supplements and thinking that that's sufficient, and they would be missing out on all this stuff. And I imagine in the future, we're going to find new micronutrients that are very helpful for us for optimal health. They will be found in plants, and we won't know about it. But if you're eating a large amount of plants and having real plant food, then you're going to be getting this stuff. You're going to be getting the phytonutrients that science hasn't even discovered yet. And I think that is, we want a shortcut. We want to take some pills and say, now I've taken these supplements, now I'm healthy. But, there is no shortcut to actual health. You have to eat a good diet. You have to get good sleep. You have to get fresh air. You have to exercise. These are all things that give you good health. And we know about that. Everyone knows what we need to do. People just don't want to do it, or they find it difficult to do. And it's very easy to just go buy some like N-acetylcysteine and quercetin supplements from Amazon.com and take it and feel like you're doing a good thing. And we're probably fooling ourselves.